Do it later.
Hi,
Hey. Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you guys? I haven't seen you guys.
I know, it's been so long.
I know.
Yeah, just put me on D&D. It's gonna pause real quick.
I hate this button.
And there you go. You hear
Hi.
us?
I hear you guys.
Okay, good. Sorry, we had to make sure that we don't get any disturbances.
No, this is the first time I think I've ever done live.
Well, we're glad we're the first ones to get you to do it.
This is gonna be a great introduction. Our brother Hodge is in the building. Our good
Yes.
sister Angelica is in the building. My brother Don Ion is in the building. I learned to stop saying people's government names, so there we go. We fixing that, yeah. Thank you guys all for coming through for this special episode of Blak Thoughtz. Not Hispanic enough.
Yes.
And I want to thank you so much for inspiring this episode.
Yeah.
Really?
And motivating us to push up the not black enough episode. Like there was always like in the can, and then we had Leroy. Well, I had Leroy in mind for it, and then we just decided after the conversation that we had last week that we'll get into later. I was just like, well, we'll just do it now.
Yeah, I know this is something you've always been passionate about.
Yeah, I don't diversity among ethnic groups or racial groups or whatever you want to call it is like, I want to say taboo, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I think you always brought it up and everyone kind of like laughed it off and like didn't take it that serious. And now with everything going on, everyone's like listening now. Everyone wants to learn. Everyone wants more, you know?
Yeah. Well, like, knowledge and understanding is always out there for those who
want to learn.
But for those who don't want to seek it, we're just going to throw it in their face. So
yeah, something will stick.
It's a pandemic. I have nothing else to do. Just gonna yell at people.
Yeah.
So, my little EP, are you ready to jump into things?
Yep, let's go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So we are good to go in 5,
4,
3,
2.
Welcome, Black family. I am your brother, your cousin, your uncle. I am Blackman.
And I'm Ashay, the EP.
And we are here to welcome you to a special episode of Blak Thoughtz. And we are joined today by our special guest, Ultraviolet.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, sis. We appreciate you so much. As you guys already know out there in Beyonce's internet, we are here to spread knowledge, understanding, and most importantly,
I don't like fill in the blanks.
Blackness. we don't rehearse this. We are 100% real around these parts. And yeah. So, but tonight we have a very, very special episode. If you joined us on Friday for our Not Black Enough episode, that was like as we said, that was always in the can, but it was inspired by our special guest tonight to push it up. And I wanted to give our good sister the space to tell her own story. As we know, the world is a very diverse place. Us, people of color. 2020 has not been too kind to us. And we need togetherness now more than ever. So hopefully this episode will be the first step to understanding each other and how much we relate. Yeah. So I guess first of all, how are you doing?
Good. I can't complain. I'm healthy. I have a roof over my head. I'm here.
How's everything been over these last couple months?
Just everything's been on hold. I know Wednesday I finally get to see Ashay with wrestling training. Life is starting to pick up again. So that's good. Yeah.
Finally. I saw her the other day, like every fall is like kind of like my beginning of the year because like my birthday's soon.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll be there soon. But so just a little introduction to today's episode. We are here to talk about diversity and exclusion amongst the, should I say, Latin community or Hispanic community?
So I'm still learning. So one friend told me that there's blind spots, right? So like you can think that you know something, but no matter what, there's blind spots. And as you grow and learn more things, you learn more things. So I think it's like one of my blind spots, but I think I've learned Hispanics are from Spain. LatinX is like Latin American, right? So I think we want to include everyone, right?
Yeah, I think I was told
all of them.
I thought Spanish and Hispanic were two different things, and I thought Spanish people were from Spain. I honestly do not know. That's real.
It's one of my blind spots.
But
Hispanic, it says relating to Spain or Spanish-speaking countries.
There we go. So, first of all, just to jump into things, or did you want to say something? Or are we just diving right in here?
Jump right in deep end.
We go first. Also, a little straight from like our regular episode. So we don't have shout outs today yet because we haven't gotten with anyone this week, and we don't have any businesses to promote because today is not Friday, even though we do promote every day.
Yeah.
So do you want to promote like your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram?
I don't have Twitter. I don't have Facebook. I have my Instagram, but I guess if you're here, you know that, right? At the Ultraviolet.
And your new
Pro Wrestling Tees.
Your Pro Wrestling
Yes,
store.
I have all my links in my bio. If you click it, it opens up like my YouTube channel, all my stuff.
Yes, guys, always hit the link in bio.
Yes.
It is like a sensu bean for all of us, for us creators. Hit that link. Support in any way that you can. It is always appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
And of course, thank all of you out there in Beyonce's internet for joining us. So, Violet, if you'd like to just tell us a little bit about like your childhood, if you will.
My childhood, like growing up Spanish, like.
Yeah, so we can get a feel for like how you develop your personality, your tastes.
I was raised by a single mom and my grandma, which is like very typical for the Latin community, right? My grandma came here with my grandpa when they got married, and my mom was first generation American. I'm second generation American. My mom worked really hard and put me in Catholic school. She worked like 2 jobs to put me through school in a private school. She went to public school and had like a really rough experience there. She dropped out. So she just worked really hard to put me through school. So I've just been in like Catholic school my whole life. Even through college, since pre-K to college. And I don't know. I guess growing up in elementary school, there was like 20 to 30 of us from pre-K all the way to 8th grade. And it was like growing up in a small bubble. Like everyone knew each other. Everyone lived in a close proximity. And then when I went into high school, that's like when I started realizing there's more out there, you know?
So the more that was out there, what attracted you most?
Like how?
Like what did you like to do?
I guess like when I went to high school, I discovered wrestling. Like I think growing up, my mom always wanted me to be like a girly girl and like be a certain way. And then in high school was when I got the internet and I started discovering like wrestling and rock music and like a bunch of different things. Like I went to school with people that were like me and like different. Like I started discovering everything, you know?
Were you in like the dial-up era too? Of like internet?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was AOL, the little messenger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
I said it before. I got internet, and that's like right when I discovered wrestling, and I would like try to find all the wrestlers. I would have a notebook. I would write down their height, their weight, like where they're from. I would organize it. Like I would load up matches overnight while I'm sleeping because the dial-up is so slow. And in the morning, I'd wake up to watch it.
I did like the same thing actually.
Really?
I used to collect like Pro Wrestling Illustrated and like WWE magazines, and I would cut out the pictures and do like the bio myself.
Me too. And then I would take my lunch money and buy the book report papers, the big poster paper.
Yeah.
I'd cut out the wrestling magazines and like make my own posters.
See, I used to love doing that. So like we always find out like things that you did and like you just thought it was like unique to you, but like
I definitely thought that was only me.
No, like I love doing that. And I was like a young kid, I also did it with that, and like for all the brothers out there that are watching, I also did it with King magazines. So I also had like I was like random Nicki Minaj, like a Nicki Minaj book cousin kid. Yeah, always so fun. And still like I had dial-up too. Like I used to. It would take like an hour to like download a match that would just be like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and that was LimeWire. I would download all the wrestlers' theme songs on LimeWire.
Nah,
we're getting old.
My computer crashed like at least 5.
So many viruses.
Yeah. And then like you try to download something and it would just be some random dude talking. No audio.
I think it was like Bill Clinton, right?
Yeah, it was like either vote Bill, and then like I think I still had dial-up in like 2008, so I used to get like vote Obama messages.
Oh wow!
And I was just like, I was gonna vote for him anyway, and never corrupt my timeline. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah, that's cool. So so we spoke. So like me and Leroy kind of said like the same thing. Did wrestling help develop your love for rock music as well?
Oh, for sure. Like, I had a friend and she showed me Linkin Park, and that was like my intro. Then from there was like 3 Days Grace and like all of those bands, and then from there it's like the wrestling pay-per-view theme songs, and then from there you get deeper and you're down the rabbit hole, and everything on your iPod is now rock music.
Yeah. Same. So did you used to blast it, or was it just like in your headphones?
Headphones. I can't listen to that music in the house. I swear one time I was listening to it and my grandma sprayed me with holy water that she had from the church, and she's like, you got to get the demonio out of you got to get the demon out of you. You can't listen to that demon music.
All right, hit. So I'm guessing they were pretty devout Catholics then.
Yeah, my grandma for sure, and then it like gets lesser and lesser as it gets to me.
Okay. Well, yeah, like a lot of people. So I think like a lot of our generation is kind of straying away from the church.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like organized religion as a whole.
Yeah.
Because
I would agree. I feel like for me, I have like my own relationship with God and like religion, right? But growing up Catholic, I still have like, there's something in me that's like conservative to like, I don't know, like I can't stray away that much. Like in school, right? They teach you do something bad, you go to hell. Like it's still in the back of my head, no matter like how spiritual I get or like have my own relationship. My morals are always rooted in my head from all the years of them telling me like, don't do that, you'll go to hell.
So kind of similar. So it's not with religion.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the same way with, and obviously not to get too heavy into like black stuff, like I feel the same way with like police.
Yeah.
Like I did feel like if I do like one little thing wrong, it's just like I can just end up in prison.
Yeah.
Because that's to the point where like, I don't even like, I think I may have done my taxes by myself once. Because I was there like, if I mess this up, like.
That's horrible.
This is a prison, like, yeah. It was
I would say that was like one of my blind spots until I like joined House of Glory. I remember one time, I think the first time it really hit me, I had Ken Broadway with me. I was raised in Astoria. I had Ken Broadway with me. I met Travis. I think there was a few other guys with us, right? And they met me by a diner, by Astoria Boulevard. It's a big highway, and you can catch the bus there that takes you into Harlem. I've walked up and down these streets so many times. No one has said anything to me. No police ever pulled me over, and they kept circling them until they got to the bus stop, and they were still surveilling them. And I was like, I always knew it was a thing, but when you witness it, it's different, you know?
Have you, so your whole neighborhood was like conservative growing up?
They're mostly like Italian, Greek. It's like a lot of elderly people. Like they walk to the bakery during the day.
Makes sense. Oh, so what is your nationality?
My mom is Ecuadorian and my dad is Colombian. So 50-50.
That was not right.
She was right.
You were right?
Yeah, I couldn't remember it, and like she was like, she's Colombian. And I was like,
Yeah.
are you sure?
Because I remember seeing a photo of you with the flag and with other people that were also Colombian. So I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That's good. So so Astoria. So do you remember like this? Is it like anywhere near like the school like that? The junior high school we used to like perform at?
Perform what?
Like how like we used to do like shows at a junior high school that was somewhere in Queens.
Oh yeah, it was by Corona, right?
Yes, I think so.
Elm Core Center, something like that.
No, not that one. There's another one with the card game. Guys, I don't actually, now that I think about it, I don't think you had debuted yet.
Probably not. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think I had.
Yeah, because there was like there is like a neighborhood in Queens that's just.
Yeah, I remember. I never. This is, I guess, not good. Don't follow this lead. But I never went to the shows until I was booked because I just felt like I wanted to. When I was there, I didn't want to be backstage. I didn't want to be there until I earned a spot there and I deserved to be there. You know what I mean? So I never used to go.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not.
What about that spot?
I know like in Queens that is like famous for like just pure uncut racism.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what. I think it was highlighted in like the Summer of Sam movie because that's where like I think that neighborhood is just like they blocked themselves off during the riots in the 70s.
That's crazy.
But I know like whenever we used to go over there, like it was like we were like always on edge because it was like to get to the bus stop or the train back to like Brooklyn, it was like a long walk.
Was it? It was a part in Queens.
Howard Beach.
Hodges
here. Yes. Yeah. That is that's in Queens. Like it can get pretty crazy in Queens because there's like I know there's like 50 Cent Queens.
Jamaica Queens.
Yeah. And then the other one is like
suburbsy.
I want to say like Everybody Loves Raymond Queens. Is that Queens?
King of Queens, yeah.
Yes, King of Queens is the one with the dude that was a postman, right?
Yeah, that was like Astoria-ish.
Yeah, that one. So those
Queens
are like
so big.
Yeah.
And so diverse.
There's parts of Queens that's still kind of at Long Island too, like as you get into like Floral Park and stuff.
Yeah. Like Rosedale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that I know like where you're from, like so anything that would kind of be like straying from the ordinary, would be a hard time for you like to be accepted, like in your life. Yeah. Rock music. Yeah, you got sprayed with holy water for rock music.
I remember one time I even had like anxiety, and she's like, "That's not like normal," and she would spray me with holy water. She had like it's like a little bottle, and she'd open it and like squirt me with it.
See, so and another tangent on how we're so like could be like how these things could be like so similar, because we did an episode on depression and anxiety in the Black community, which is like our second and like third episodes, and
it's not normal.
Most mental issues, I would say rather all, at least until like this generation, is not like those are taboo in like the
That's why
in like the Black community.
It's not normal to like them.
And we're told to like we spoke about like people like telling like whenever you like open up to somebody, you're told to pray on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, like I can pray. Like I need someone to talk to too. I need a way to like. You can literally exercise demons because like exercise is good for like stress and anxiety because like you can get that shaky feeling out, tire yourself out.
Got your endorphins.
Yeah, just the endorphins flowing. Like
Yeah.
And there are like a lot of healthy ways to deal with like anxiety. It's like first of all, if you still deal with it, you should cut out coffee. I had to learn that.
I never drank coffee.
So, you're better than me. I got stuck. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So there is. How are you? What other things do you like? So rock music, wrestling.
Like now or back in the day?
Your whole life.
My whole life. I feel like I'm very like all over the place. Like I picked up a lot of things from like different parts of my life, like being in that bubble in the beginning. Like I do like a lot of like soft music, contemporary music, Michelle Branch, right? And then there's like high school, and it was all like Daddy Yankee. Everything was Daddy Yankee back then, and Nicky Jam. And then Hog got me into a lot of like hip hop and rap music. It gets you pumped during like training, right? There's like, I feel like I'm very like a good melting pot of everything.
Yeah, like I like to soak up like the things that are like all around me, or at least I just tend to.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if everyone I grew up with got to travel as far as like I have, and that's not like an insult to them. So it's just like I go further and like I meet like a bunch of people and then I like come back. Or it's just like there's a mixture of people and like where I grew up, but if we're all in like the same environment, we all tend to like act the same. Maybe not all think the same, but
I think so. You become your environment a little bit, right?
Yeah. I think like most people actually, on average, don't ever move more than like 10 or 20 miles from where they grew up.
I hate that.
I think I was told that before.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know.
I feel like I did grow up in this bubble, right? And I don't live there anymore. But when I go back there, everyone is still so the same. And it like bothers me. I don't like that. Like, I'm sure they've done things and stuff, but I think it's good to change and to move and to experience new things, you know?
Yeah, and that's what like life is.
Lift
like
those blind spots.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember like this like a movie or like a cartoon movie where it's like in black and white, and then one of the characters discovers color.
Oh, I definitely don't know this.
I don't know, but I feel like I do know.
You know, I don't know anything with movies and stuff.
Yeah. I'm thinking it might be Maniac McGee.
I'm like really bad with movies. I just started watching more movies.
Maniac McGee might just be me. I know I had to read it when I was in elementary school, but I think when I was in Pleasantville, again, Ben comes through with the same, as he did on Friday. It is Pleasantville, and it has Tobey Maguire in it, the dude that was like the first Spider-Man.
Like, put it on my list. Yes. I'll watch it.
Yes, there we go. Where everything's like black and white, and he discovers color, and then like I think like they all like through touch it spreads, or through feeling, or through shared touch or like shared feeling, and like it spreads. Because he came from, I think it's two different dimensions. He came from our dimension and then ended up in like the 50s. I think. Something like that.
Oh no, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never heard
But it's
of
like
it.
that. But it's just like
Sounds
he came
cool.
from so far, and he was able to like meet these people who was just like in this one community, stuck in a box. And everything to them is like black and white. And anything outside of that is just seen as unacceptable until they learn to like feel for each other. It was like the symbolism of that movie, I guess. Yep. So outside of you, obviously you were sprayed with Holy water at home. Did you get this kind of treatment outside of your home?
Like at school?
Yeah, school, friends.
No, I feel like that, I just said that's when I started experiencing like, oh, I can believe in this. I can look into this. Like, you know?
Okay, cool. So your school was in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I went to school like right across the street from my house back in the day.
Oh, that's cool.
Were you ever late?
No, like the bell would ring for homeroom and I would have my friends open the side door and I'd just like go in through there.
So I used to do that. I used to sneak into the college because we had like my school was attached to like Mega Evans College. We can go around the back, and you can just go there. We just like go and like chill in like the trailers, mad early in the morning, and then just sneak inside at like second period though.
I was such a good kid.
So we show up early and just be late.
Oh my gosh.
So how were things like outside? Were you so your friends were very welcoming with the things that you liked?
Yeah. I feel like even then I still stuck to my little friend group that I had because everyone from my elementary school went to my high school. And I feel like, I don't know, like I guess talking about the Latin thing, like I remember being approached by the Spanish kids and they said, they were like, oh, how come you sound white? Like, how come you act white? How come you like rock music? How come you do this, right? How come you don't wear Jordans? How come you don't wear Timbs? Like, I wasn't allowed to do anything back then either. Like, I would have to be home at like 3 on the dot or I'd be in trouble. Like, no movies, no dance nights, no extra club things. Like, you get your butt home or yeah, or you're in trouble.
That's where we differ. I was wild when I was a teenager.
Was not allowed to be wild
until I decided to like until I decided to like chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to be wild either.
Same.
Yeah, I had to
I get my butt kicked.
right, and then the only thing to do outside of school was to go to track practice. Like
yeah,
school and that's it. Other than that, like I would get picked up from track practice if I could, or I'll get dropped off. Like it was very, very like tight.
Yeah.
I don't think. Are you the baby in your family?
I'm the only child.
I figured.
I am it. I am all the fails. I'm all the success. I'm it.
So I was thinking that. I was thinking that, and then I also remember that out of the 3 of us, I'm the only male here.
Yeah.
So like, I probably wouldn't have the same restrictions as both of you.
Yeah, probably. I definitely know she has. My mother told me she was stricter because I was female.
Yeah. See, I spoke about it in like the episode with, I think when Wilkins was here for like misogyny. And it was like I would sneak girls in the house, and then like I found out later my mom knew the whole time.
That's crazy.
And like my brother, like his room was like across the hall. Like he definitely knew, it's just no one cared. Like I was just like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So how were the Spanish kids mean to you, or was this more?
No. I feel like I was invited into the group and then I had to decline because I couldn't hang out. I wasn't allowed to hang out or go to the movies or do anything. I was like strictly like school, home, and then like I don't know, like I would just stay with my little group of friends where you feel safe, you know? So it's not, I was never like bullied in high school or like made fun of, or they never bothered me. Everyone was very nice. It was just I didn't feel like I fit, I guess, right?
Yeah. But so that was, you think that was more on you, like a feeling within you, or did they make you feel that way?
I guess like you bond with people you have a lot of stuff in common with, right? I wasn't allowed to do anything that they did or like hang out or do anything, I don't know. And then like things they would be interested in, they weren't really interested in wrestling and stuff that I liked, I guess, right? So I guess that would be my doing.
Did you ever try to fit in?
No, I never was the kind of person that would go out of my way like, oh, they wear this shirt, so I'm gonna wear that. Like, mom, gotta get this shirt. But we had uniforms, but like I never went out of my way to like be not myself, I guess, right?
Yes, me and Leroy pretty much did.
You
But,
did?
yeah,
I guess it happens to a lot of young kids, right?
yeah. It's mostly like clothes and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was stuck in uniform.
Yeah.
Same.
Because it would just be like we both like rock music, and then like I used to like stuff from like Hot Topic, but then like I could like go to the store. I think there was a Hot Topic in like maybe Kings Plaza. I'm probably wrong, but there was a King Plaza. There was a Hot Topic like somewhere in New York. I think so, or something like that. And then when I was in high school, Robin Big was on TV. So I never skated like at all, but I liked like the skater gear, like the sneakers and like the DC clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
And literally like right after I got out of high school, like 2 years later, and that's when Vans blew up and like all the skater stuff was like popping.
Now
But when I was there,
Thrasher.
yeah, but when I was there, you couldn't wear that stuff.
Yeah.
It was all like Jordans and stuff. So I spent like a bunch of like my mom's money on like Jordans that like I didn't even really care about. And
Yeah.
it was,
That's horrible.
also, I don't really spend that much money on. I don't take that great care of my sneakers like anyway.
You're the creaser?
Yeah, like I don't care. Like I don't get it. I just feel like, yo, I'm walking. They're gonna crease. Like, what's the big deal? But yeah, also I don't think I pick up my feet when I walk.
That's not good.
Is it?
And you're a wrestler.
Yeah, I don't. I just something that like I noticed
Your
like
footing.
they wear out a lot, and I just never knew what it was. Like, I just bought running shoes like 2 months ago, and I need new ones.
Yeah.
But I also do everything in them. So how was at home? Did you ever begin to like express yourself there?
I guess I got in trouble when I would, right? It was just like frowned upon. Like I wouldn't get in trouble, but I would have my headphones on, you know? Or like even like if you go, we would have the computer with the dial-up. Someone would have to be like monitoring in the background. Like, what are you looking at, huh? Make sure you don't look at anything bad. It was a very like, I guess like a strict household. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they not like you getting into wrestling?
Oh my God. So when I joined wrestling, they didn't like wrestling. And I would watch wrestling and my grandma would be like, that stuff's fake, okay? Like, it's a storyline. It's fake. It's not real. You're getting into it. You shouldn't even like it. It's garbage. And I'd be like, I don't care. Like, I love it. And it's real, okay? It's real. Like, I loved it. I would be there crying on the edge of my seat. And then my mom, she just left it alone, but she didn't really like it. She wanted me to be like her daughter, right? It's not very like feminine to like wrestling. And then like when you go to the events, she never let me go to the events, but when you go to the events, there's a bunch of men. So when the first time I did go, she was like really nervous, you know?
Your mom or your grandmother?
My mom, she's like, there's so many men there, be careful. Like, they're just overprotective. But I would tell my grandma, I'm gonna be a wrestler one day, and she'd be like, I'll probably be dead by then, but I'm gonna drag your feet so you can't wrestle. Like, it's not allowed, it's not good, blah blah blah. So when I joined House of Glory, I like was in college. I think it was like my second year of college, and I got my first job. Just to save up to pay for my own tuition because it was a secret. So I tell my mom that I was going to the gym. So I'd work and then I'd go to the gym. The gym was House of Glory. And I come home like covered in bruises and limping and all messed up. And she'd be like, what happened to you? And I'd be like, I fell. The dumbbell fell. I bumped into something. I would always lie. And then I moved out while I was in college, the last towards the end, right? And I'm living on my own, and she sends me the House of Glory YouTube channel, and it's me wrestling. And she was like, what is this? Like, you weren't gonna tell me? And I was just like, it's too late now, what are you gonna do?
So for 2 years, like, you kept it a secret.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
I didn't
She
know.
never found out till she said a friend sent her like the YouTube channel. Like they found me.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a question. Oh no, 'cause I was gonna relate to something. So,
I'm a rebel.
like your like your grandmother not accepting it. To me, like it sounded like crazy, but I guess like in my head, I'm thinking about like Mexican culture.
It's just not a very womanly thing to do.
Yeah,
It's like a disgrace.
because I know in Mexican
Back in
culture
the day.
they worship wrestling.
Yeah.
Like them is
My mom's side was Ecuadorian, and I don't think they worshipped it like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I always think like in America, like wrestling is a high form of entertainment, even though people like to dog it. Like basically everyone watches it at some point in their life. In Japan, it's a martial art,
Mm-hmm.
like a well-respected martial art, and treated as such. And then I know Mexico, like they treat it like dead, like religion.
Yeah.
They love that, like they die for that. It's like soccer.
Yeah.
They're like fanatic, crazy, like, and I know.
It's so representative of like their culture
Yeah.
that they like. It's like a part of them.
Yeah. Also, well, I don't know if Nacho Libre is like the best movie to like bring up,
I've never seen that.
but I know like there's like a conflict between like him being a wrestler and his religion. I believe he's also Catholic, and they were like, because it's hero worship, you're not allowed to do this.
Right. It takes away from God, I guess, right?
Yeah, because you can't have all these people cheering for you. And I was like, it's a funny movie. You should watch it if you like Lucha Libre. Mad random people pop up in it. Like human tornado pops up. No reason. But so how does after that, how is your family accepting of like them surprising you with that they knew?
I don't think that it's like at this point it's out of control. Like I'm sure if they had like this master plan, like a blueprint of my life, they would definitely like erase some things and change some things, rearrange some stuff. But it is what it is. Like I'm a grown woman.
Yeah. You think moving out helped?
I think it just helped the peace within me, because who's gonna say anything when you're a grown woman paying your rent? No one can really bother you. Just turn off your phone.
Yes. And then as much as I support, especially if you live in like an expensive city like New York, if your family has like a house and has the means for like all of you to stay together peacefully, then you should do so, as long as you can all like financially benefit from this and keep the money in your family as long as possible.
Everyone warned me not to move out.
About moving out?
Yeah.
No, I encourage young people to move out.
Yeah.
Because I moved out when I was 22, and like that's when I gained my
That's when I moved out.
Yeah, independence and privacy means everything to me.
Me too.
Where it's just like I support myself, so I don't have to care about anyone else's opinion on what I'm doing, and I keep people out of my business.
Just a freedom.
Yeah. Where it's just like if I want to be in here and blast rock music, I can.
Yes.
And as I usually do. I did say it with like Leroy, where it's like I dated a girl like years ago, and I was like in there cleaning, and I was playing the Black Parade, which I know was an album you like too, and by My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
And she got mad.
Really?
She didn't like it. But then also, like, I like hood girls, which is, as I said before, like, whatever stereotypical image of, like, hood girl pops into your head when I say that, that's exactly what I like. Obviously, this isn't it, because I
didn't know Ashay was so spicy.
No. If you play Meg Thee Stallion, yes, she is.
Okay.
That might be everybody, you know.
I can a little bit, but not really. I don't like tea.
And then like, but with her, it wasn't accepted, and like that was one of like the red flags. That was just like, if I'm not accepted here, then this person has to go. Especially if this is my space.
Yeah, you gotta be yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
She was for the streets. Yes, she was. I did find out over time she was in fact for the streets, as we young folks say.
As the youngins say.
So as far as hood girls go, obviously you are not one. And I know
I'm a good girl, right?
yeah, hood girls are good girls though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good example. I think Cardi B is like a good example of a hood girl, which she has a nice balance. They don't all end up like that, which isn't to down hood girls. Our brother Satellite West said, if she likes rock and metal on the low, you good.
But if she's like telling you to turn it off, then I feel like that's not really liking it on the low.
Nah, he's just like telling me like, man, basically probably you if you like rock and metal on the low, which she does.
I don't really listen to metal, but I do like rock.
Yeah. I like metal.
What do you like?
I like female, like, I think it's called gothic metal. It's when like females sing. I love like the female metal, like their raspy voices, like OTEP. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, I'm gonna look it up though.
I don't know if you like it.
I'm like, anything that gets me hype while I'm working out, I'll probably like.
Then there's like the lighter stuff, like In This Moment. So it's like more popular now.
Is that a group? Or is that
it's like a band with like a female singer, like a lead, right? No, not Sinatra. I do love Sinatra. There's just different ones. I don't know.
Lucha Gore's Archangel.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of these. These are from Joey Silver and Ben.
I had some other ones in my head, but I lost them.
Rubber Bands?
I haven't gotten into the J-pop, K-pop thing. Not yet.
Me either. Is that rock or is that? Oh no, well, pop. K-pop would be pop music.
Pop, right?
Is that BTS? I don't know what BTS means. Is it a group of like 5 like Japanese dudes? But
You're asking the wrong person.
sorry.
Yeah.
You know I know nothing.
I was gonna talk about Cardi B. So you were the one. Obviously, well, thank you first and foremost for always being a supporter of us and sending us topics to speak about.
Yes.
I appreciate you. And you were the one that put us onto not a conversation, the rants from
The fights. It was like fighting.
Candace Owens and Cardi B.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoke, not briefly, we spoke a little bit about Candace's depiction of Cardi. As she called her illiterate, she called her stupid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
she came out let me
which I don't agree with her being illiterate and stupid. So the only thing I agreed with Candace there was
she was like out of her field.
Her opinion of Joe Biden and how the Democrats are using Cardi as a way to get the black vote. Yeah. Because they think black people are stupid. Which, and I'll say Hispanics as well, which I would think is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Not that I think Cardi B isn't an intelligent enough person to have that conversation with and do that interview with. They were just obviously looking for someone of color to be like, hey.
To get other people to vote.
Yeah. Like black people and Hispanic people love this person. So I'm going to go sit next to them so I look cool.
Right.
And I think she might have brought up like when Hillary Clinton went to the Breakfast Club with like Charlamagne and Angela Yee, and she said that she had hot sauce in her bag because Beyonce had just put out Formation. And I was like, yes, it's exactly that. Like, I would doubt Joe Budden or his wife was at the house listening to WAP. And it was just like, I'm going to go talk to Cardi B. I love this. It was like, I'm pretty sure, like, this wasn't a thing.
This is revolutionary.
Yeah. but even though like if he starts using like WAP as like his campaign song, I'd probably be more okay about voting for him. But so her opinion of like Cardi B, we spoke briefly about that and about how do you feel about Cardi B as representation for Hispanic women?
Like, this is where it gets controversial.
Yeah.
So I listen to her. I love her music. It's catchy, right? But I hate that that's how I am represented. Like, I hate it. I hate it because that's why people in high school are like, oh, you don't act Spanish. You're not being Spanish. What do you mean I don't act Spanish? I'm going home to speak Spanish. We speak Spanish. We watch Gordo y la Flaca. We watch the noticiero. We watch the novelas. We speak in Spanish. We eat Spanish food. Like, I'm not Spanish because I'm not twerking. Like, what? You know what I mean? So that part gets me upset.
Oh, so were these the Spanish kids in school, or like your friends, or like your other friends?
It's like the Spanish kids in school, right?
Okay.
Or I've gotten it before, even in wrestling. It's like, oh, or even Hug. Hug is a very like hip hop community, right?
I'll say. You mean like other?
We just represent
students or fans?
New York. Huh?
Students or fans?
Yeah.
Fans, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people go, oh, I thought you were like mixed with Italian. Oh, I thought you were some kind of white. I didn't think you were Spanish. And it's just because I'm like well spoken or the way I present myself, right? But like, what makes me not Spanish? Because when I go to Ecuador, I'm just like everyone else there, mannered and polite and quiet and to myself. But I'm not Spanish in New York because I don't act like Cardi B. That bothers me a little bit.
So I do must admit, like I've known you for like some years now. I actually didn't.
You thought it too?
Huh? Yeah, actually, I didn't realize you were Hispanic until like 3 years ago or so. And
yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, that was like really dumb of me because when I met you, like your whole group was like Hispanic people. And I'm just like, why would I think in my head that she's randomly the only one that's not Hispanic? If I know that these people came in here together and they've known each other for years. And like, I have to be like an idiot. To like just be like, nah, she's like, everyone here's Hispanic, but she's Italian.
I think the only part that bothers me is that when you think of a Spanish woman, you'll think of like someone that's like Sofia Vergara, someone like that, like someone that's beautiful. You don't think of like a smart, strong woman, you know?
So I do, because actually also I think of like Angela Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Who Rita Moreno or Moreno, if I'm saying it right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She's from she's
but
like
is that like you're the first person you think of when you think of like a Latina?
You mean like right now, present day?
Like if we were playing like a game, like the game that you put on your face and it says like name a Latina, that's like the first one you think of?
I don't think so. It will probably be Dasha Polanco.
Yeah, I like her.
You know who that is? Yeah, from
Orange is the New Black?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I used to like Orange is the New Black.
Me too. I watched all of them.
But yeah. So, and I'm from New York. So when I think of a Latina, it might be Cardi B pops up a lot. But maybe it's because we're from New York and it's such like a huge melting pot here.
Yeah.
Where, because even like when I think of like hood girls, it's like Cardi B.
I don't think there's anything wrong with hood girls, though.
No, me either. And I don't think there's anything wrong with, if Cardi B falls into that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. I just
Rosy Press.
How do we get to like the negative connotations here that are like around women like that? Also, so do you think that maybe your conservative upbringing would have anything to do with like your opinion on Cardi?
I would say no. I think I've strayed away so much from that in so many different ways. Even like, even I know it sounds crazy, but because that's what all the wrestlers do, but even posting like a bathing suit picture on Instagram or like posting your body, my gear, you know, it's not about, I feel like it's not about that. It's just about the way, I don't know. I even in wrestling, right? I always want to be respected, right? I always want to give people respect. You give it back to me. Like, oh, she was respectful. Like, I want to be that person that you work with. And sorry, I don't know. I just feel like as a double minority, don't bring yourself down. You know, like don't. But it's weird, right? Because I think this is something I'm struggling with right now, like feminism, right? And like it's your body. Don't slut shame yourself. Like if you do post a picture in a certain thing, I'm still learning that, and I do think that comes from my conservative background, maybe, because it's okay to be you and put yourself out there, right? Doesn't make you a whore to post a picture of yourself in a bathing suit. I don't think that, and I don't know. It's just something about the way, like, I don't want to be on the internet talking about like private parts, you know?
Yeah.
I just think that was just, oh, she's another one like all the others. Like, you know what I mean? And I guess that's not right either. It's just touchy.
Yeah. I think I'm just for women reclaiming their time and
That's what I'm learning.
reclaiming their bodies. Is just like, and it's not like too far. It's just that I'm like in complete support of like women like taking their sexuality and like if they feel like flaunting it, they can flaunt it like all they want.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've been not even given the same space. I think as Black people, at a certain point, we just like taken our own space to be able to like be ourselves and like be as excellent as we can be, and just like shove our blackness, shove our melanin in whoever's face. And I feel like women, Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or the other. As I got older, like I learned that like as a Black person, obviously there's like a lot of like shit that goes on, and it feels like you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It feels like there's a lot of, not even feels like, whenever we complain about the way things are, there's always that pushback of you're overreacting. It's not that bad. This is just false. That's not what's happening. You're just wrong. And it's always good to like to have that space where it's like all I want is for someone to just listen.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like women's rights, and I know women have it hard as shit, I'll just be like, I'll just listen. And it's like whatever y'all want to do, like if, obviously like if women want to like remain conservative, that's your choice.
Yeah.
But for the women that like want to flaunt their sexuality and be loud and be defiant, I'm also like just straight cool with that.
I think for me, it's like I'm trying to find my balance, right? I don't think it's bad to post stuff like that or like something like sultry or like scandalous, right? I think it goes back to like, it's even in wrestling, right? Like in wrestling, like Japanese wrestling, yeah? Like they can do a suplex, but the way they do the suplex, like intensity, it means something. They put it in the right spot. Wow, like this suplex is mind-blowing. And people here do a suplex, it doesn't mean anything, right? Like here, even in your sexuality, you don't want, it's like a way, you don't want to post you in your bedroom. That's maybe the conservative in me, right? I want to post my bedroom for everyone to see. That's like for me and whoever I'm sharing my life with. I feel like the way you do it, like you're at the beach or you're at the gym, like you busted your ass, your body's hot, like it's your right to show it, but it goes back to the way you do things, like the way you do the suplex, the way you post the picture, the way you pose in the picture. Like I don't know, like I feel like it's really hard, right? Because if like, and it's touchy, if like a white woman takes a photo and the same, like a Black woman or a Spanish woman posts the same photo, it might be like, oh, of course she would take a photo like that, but like someone else might be praised for the same photo and they're a different race. It's just touchy.
Yeah. Like,
So the way I deal with it is just I try to do things like respectfully, like, you know what I mean? The way I do things, I try to do it differently.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, as we see that today, where I don't know how this came up or why this came up, but it's been a trend among like Republicans and conservatives to call Kamala Harris a hoe, and I don't know why. Like, Joe and the hoe was like an actual thing.
Joe and the hoe, I saw that and I thought that was horrible.
He's a complete idiot. It was a dude that, like, he was a photographer for the Houston Rockets basketball team in Texas, but he was also a photographer for, and I apologize for not knowing their name, he was also a photographer for the Houston WNBA team. So he had put it on his Facebook, and one of the women from the Houston team were following him, and she saw it, and she was just like, if he's in our locker rooms, I don't want him around anymore. So he was down in Disneyland in the NBA bubble taking pictures for the Rockets, and the Rockets just fired him and kicked him out of the bubble for just like randomly, just like, 'cause you can't talk about women like this. Where it's like Kamala Harris, all I know is that she is the senator in California. She's the former district attorney in California.
I'm not the politics person.
Yeah,
I know she's a lawyer. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I know she's a lawyer, but then not even to like down her. Donald Trump's wife is a former model, and she posed nude plenty of times, and it's just like no one calls her a hoe.
Right. That's what I was saying.
But Kamala Harris is a hoe for simply just existing in a place where they feel a woman of color shouldn't be.
Right.
Because these things like
that's why I feel like I never want to not dumb myself down. I never want to like make myself vulnerable to that. When I do something, I want it to mean something. I want to like represent like my culture. I want to represent us maybe in a different light, which it's not. It's the other light is not a bad light. You know what I mean? It's just the way I wish like I could look at someone and be like, wow, like I want to try to be the person my little me would look at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I always forget to do this. So this is part 1 because the Instagram stream is stupid